All right, here we are. Just doing a quick live here. Gonna wait till it shows up on my screen. I want to post the link in case anybody wants to hop in. I have an exciting impromptu guest backstage waiting to jump on. Let's see. Who is out there? All right, got some folks out there. I'm going to go ahead and post the I'm going to post the link in the comments. So if anybody wants to join in, I'm welcoming anybody on the air tonight. There's the link. All right, there's the link in case anybody wants to jump in. Looks like we got some folks out there today. So, hey, good evening, everybody. I'm Frank Morizio, and I'm live, just in an impromptu live. I haven't checked in with my community in a while. My last show was a couple of weeks ago, and I'm going through a little bit of a format change. And I have not a new concept, but an enhanced concept that's just really fleshed out. It's going to be amazing. I have some great guests already lined up, and I'm going to be changing days. I'm going to be going to Thursdays at 12:30. Fridays was just a little too overwhelming. Get a lot of work done on Fridays, wrapping up the week, and it was just too much. So I'm going to be going to Thursdays at 12:30, and probably going to launch in 3 weeks. Just have a lot of prep to do, and I have a new production intern that's going to be starting, so that's going to be fun, and I think the show is just going to be fantastic. I know I have guests with like the best stuff out there for you. So speaking of guests, I think I'm ready to bring in my special guest. I have somebody backstage who's pretty fantastic, and everybody in my network probably already knows him. He's a great content creator. He's also another fellow live broadcasting host, and has really been partially responsible for my social media explosion here. He's been a great mentor to me, and I am going to welcome to the studio the fantastic Mitch Goldberg of Client First Strategy. Hey, Mitch.
Hey, Frank, it's great to see you, and thank you for those kind words. It's funny, like you say I'm a mentor, but I feel like you're a mentor to me as well, and we just keep having these brainstorm chats, and you and I we text each other all weekend long about ideas that pop up and the quality of our content and tips, and it is just great to go through this journey with you. It's really fantastic. You were such a good friend and a confidant as well, so I appreciate everything you've done for me.
But you know what we're doing is kind of it's a new frontier for us, right? It's stuff that we've never done before. I mean,
it's all new.
Right. In an almost quarter-century career, I feel like I'm finally on the forefront of the next thing. This is my one more thing. Little foreshadowing happening there. Ooh. And I feel like, I just had to jump in. And as everybody knows, Morizioism number one is doing something actually means doing something. And once I got that ball rolling, it's really difficult to stop it. I really want to shout you out, Mitch, because yesterday, man, I was struggling getting my Tip Tuesday out. Had a really busy day. We had Monday was a bit of an off day. I was working from home. The kids were around, and I was just losing my motivation and did not have the full Tip Tuesday produced. I had the concept, just couldn't get the content done. So we had a little text back and forth, and this is what's great about having a support system and having people around you that are really in your court. Mitch gave me a little advice and just told me it's okay. I could take a break and come back, and my audience won't miss me if it's an hour later. And I did that, and I got inspired. And
there was a tip. We had I kind of felt like I gave you a new
I didn't want
Tuesday.
I didn't want to break it, but you could go ahead and say it.
Okay. Well,
I have it right here.
okay.
You ready?
Tip Tuesday. I'm going to say it without the four-letter word. Can I say it?
It's all you.
Without without the four-letter words after expression. Give yourself something. You'll say it much more eloquently than I will, but give yourself a break when the right idea doesn't come to you when you want it. Something to that extent. You say it. You're better at this.
Yeah, I mean that's what I would go with. I would say, let's see. I don't know. I'm going to turn it into a Tip Tuesday,
Okay.
but give
Please
yourself
do.
a break when the right idea doesn't come to you when you want it to. Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll probably be something around not forcing it, right? This has to be a natural process, and I think what my community has responded most to with my tips is that they're real and they're raw. They're not overly edited. I think the first time I ever had to edit, I'm usually one take. I think the first time I ever had to edit was when, as you know, I like to shoot inside Grand Central a lot, and some tourist literally like walked right in between me and my camera, the microphone wire, the light. I don't know how they did not know that I was filming something there.
I don't know how people do that. They're oblivious.
That was the day I had to learn how to cut and edit.
I remember that.
Yeah. Hey, this is
You know
great.
what?
You know what? I got some folks that are in. Ron Scott. Wow, long old time friend Ron Scott. Insurance extraordinaire, has more letters after his name than in his name by probably double or triple. So really smart guy. Hey Ron, great seeing you out there. The Moose is here, man.
Moose.
One of my longest clients. Actually went to high school together. Great friend. Became a client almost immediately when I joined the industry, and he always likes to requote back to me what I tell him all the time. Hey Moose, you're never going to be younger or better looking. The time to get your insurance is right now.
Yeah, we're gonna be younger or better looking. I love that.
You can use that. You can use that. So yeah, so I think what was good about the tip, and this is why I'm going to have to think on your tip a little bit. And thanks for letting me use it. I'll put it into my own words. It's always just natural, right? It just has to come out. And what I was struggling with yesterday was tying one of my personal stories or my personal experience to the tip. And I just didn't, it wasn't flowing for me. So taking a break was great. Thanks for the advice, Mitch. I'm wondering, so do I look like, are you on this side of me or are you on this side of me? I wonder how it looks on the screen.
Hold up your right hand.
My other right hand.
I'm holding up my right hand. So
we're
shaking
mirror
hands,
image.
so-
Got it. We're mirror of each other. Yeah, this is always kind of weird. I'm still getting used to some of this new equipment. By the way, got a brand new webcam. Thank you very much, Mitch. He gave me his old spare. Oh, and there goes the camera. Just kicked the tripod.
I still see you. It's okay. That's the beauty of live. That the fact that happened is what makes it fun.
Hey, Brian D'Ambrosio's out there. Brian's one of my neighbors, very good friend in Oceanside. He's out there. What's he saying? Love following Frank. Love the picture in the subway. Yeah, I haven't done. From time to time, I will do a hashtag commuter problems.
I haven't seen that in a long time. That's funny stuff.
That's a Facebook thing.
I have a favorite. Can I tell you?
You have a favorite commuter problems? Tell me.
No, of yours. You posted a picture between the seats, like you're able to get in this odd angle. You must have like stuck your camera like between like three people, and it's like you're like some guy's eating freaking linguine with a white clam sauce. the whole car sticking up. This guy's enjoying like a 5-course Italian.
I remember that one.
Of wine while we're all commuting.
I remember that one, linguine and clam. I mean, that one gets right up there with. Brian's telling me I'm on the left. Okay, the way you see me. The linguine and clam is right up there with the folks that'll come sit. During rush hour, they'll come and they'll squeeze in the 3-seater. They'll pop in the middle seat and they'll all of a sudden pull out like a tuna sandwich. The only thing that's worse than that is when they do that at like 6 o'clock in the morning when I'm on the train. I'm like,
no, or you had one when rush hour traffic. Some guy walks into the train with a rusty wheelbarrow. A wheelbarrow. Like
yes, that was a subway problems. Yeah, I got on the 7
train. It's rush hour, and everyone's wearing their clean work clothes. And
yep, I got on the 7 train, and a guy gets on with a wheelbarrow. True story.
It was like
I got
all
a picture.
rusty and dirty. I mean, your stuff is. I remember these. That was like what 2 years ago that you posted that. Maybe
it's been a bit.
I enjoyed them.
A bit. All right, I'm gonna go. You know what? Since Mitch loves them so much, I'm gonna get back. I'm gonna start posting some commuter problems.
They were very funny. Another one you had, where you showed a picture of the the times that they post while you're in Penn Station.
Yep, the
You know, those little
board,
plastic
which is now
board?
gone.
And
Yeah.
okay, but the board, it was every one of them was delayed, and the caption for the picture was, "Why even bother
have a
posting your
schedule?
schedule?"
Yeah, I say that quite often, actually. The big board is gone now. It's crazy what's going on in Penn Station. I mean, they're doing like, I don't know, gazillions of dollars worth of renovations. They brought the ceiling all the way down to like support beams. Now it's like a new, like you remember the little wooden game with the metal ball that you would have to tilt it and get
Yes.
it kind of through the maze.
Yes.
Every day it's like a new mouse maze in Penn Station because they're literally moving the walls as they're constructing. What they're also moving though is the new, like the TVs. So they've taken the TVs with I still can't figure this out. There's got to be a way to change my aspect where I'm not mirror. The new TVs where it announces like where the trains are, they keep moving them. So like you come flying out of the subway and you're like, okay, what track am I supposed to be on? And you can't even find a TV sometimes. It's a little nuts. And then you have people that just stand there in front of the TV, and the tourists think that they're online for the ticket machine. And people are just standing there waiting for the ticket machine for nothing. But that's part of commuter problems. I think Senator Schumer said that by 2036, the Long Island Railroad will come right into my building here in Grand Central. So if I'm still alive in 2036, that's something to look forward to.
And then in 2036, you're going to have to redo the whole thing because it'll be old by then.
Well, yeah, it was supposed to be 2018, but now they keep delaying it. They're about 15 years back, I think.
Back to your dilemma yesterday, with posting or coming up with content. I don't think people realize how tough it is to post and create content until you commit yourself doing it at the same time every week. It's one thing for it to come out spontaneously once in a while. Oh, you're creating content. But when you commit to that weekly thing, week in, week out, it's actually kind of tough to do. And, it's like a second job. It does add to your psychic energy, or takes away a little bit. It's
definitely a
load. Love it. But it's hard to do, and I don't think people realize, you've done your Tip Tuesday now, for 16 weeks or something?
I had episode 16 this week, correct.
Yeah, see, I'm paying attention, okay?
Season one is in the can, and I'm going to be packaging season one up, and it's going to be available in a few different mediums for download. It's going to be going to download them in memes. They're going to be downloadable in podcasts and in videos. So you'll be able to own season one of the lights just went off.
Yeah, you know what?
I know that happens to you all the time.
My office has a timer, and my lights are going to go off any second. I happen to have my spotlights on me.
I'm going to go jump up and down. Excuse me.
Okay. So I'll commandeer the show. There we go.
Nothing better than a live broadcast. It's fantastic. I mean, this is the first time I'm broadcasting live from my office in the city. Kind of trying it out. Obviously don't have the all my equipment down pat. But I just wanted to get out there and talk to the community. But Mitch, going back to your point, I mean, not only is it a real commitment, it takes a lot of planning. I mean, you have to have a schedule. I'm going to show you guys a couple of things. I'm going to turn my camera around. So I have this schedule up here, which is what are my activities that I do on what day, and then I have this schedule over here, which is, Tip Tuesday just doesn't happen, right? I got to figure out what I'm doing Tip Tuesday. I already know that next week Tip Tuesday is going to be Morizioism number 10. I'm already preparing the season download. I got the Friday fix-up coming this Friday, so I have to make sure that I made good quality introductions for my network this week, so I can post the fix-up on Friday. And then
your knowledge and your skills are soaring with all this stuff. I don't know how you thought of packaging it in memes. I mean, it's brilliant. I mean, it's just I can't believe you thought of this. Yeah, I can believe you thought of it, but that is awesome. How you are flying with.
I got the mo, man. When you get the mo, you just got to keep going. And once you're flowing creatively, I mean, I'm going to encourage all of you. Once you start flowing creatively, no matter what you're passionate about, start writing it down, and then be a person of action. Don't just write it down, put it on a shelf. I had a lot of ideas in an almost 25-year career, and I have books and books full of business plans and action plans, and some of that stuff was never, ever executed on. I'll use I think it's a Michael Jordan quote, right? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Coming from a guy who's probably the greatest of all time and missed 9,000 shots in his career.
I thought Michael Scott said that.
In the office, yeah. I gotta get some blinds for that window. Actually, that would be pretty fun. Maybe we would do like a shot from outside the window. But I mean, But really, Michael Jordan missed over 9,000 shots in his career, and it's still the greatest of all time. It's incredible. So hopefully I'm out here just inspiring people to do things, because I feel like as a LinkedIn community, and Mitch, you've been a big part of this for me. I feel like as a community, the more we see each other sharing quality content that I want to engage with, the more I'm learning and the more things I'm adding to our primary businesses, right? Like this is marketing. Like, hey Mitch, what's the ROI on your live show?
I
don't know, zero. I don't know.
I had a 45-minute conversation with a prospect this afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Now he was a referral from someone local here.
Mm-hmm.
But this local person I've known for a long time has all of a sudden noticed the content I've created, the LinkedIn videos, the YouTube, the articles, the email, the memes, everything. And he sent me 2 referrals this week from someone that has never sent me a referral before. So I think that's to me is an example of this getting through to somebody.
Right.
This doesn't, the social media and all the effort, it doesn't happen overnight. And it doesn't create a line out the door of prospects. People always ask me, this is probably going to be my next video. People ask me, well, yeah, but are you getting any business from it? I'm like,
right. What's your ROI? Everybody's running around with their acronyms.
It's like, what are you, a jerk? Well, do you go networking? I mean, do you network? Do you get any business from that? I mean, the odds of you going to a networking event and getting business from it is like zero, really. I mean, it takes, but yet it happens, but it's the consistency, the amount of times, the relationships, the things you do between the networking event. It means connecting with somebody, going out for coffee, having lunch, whatever. It takes a lot of time connecting that person. Maybe it could take years to bring that person in. So when people ask me, yeah, but are you getting any business from all this work? I'm like,
right.
Well, the answer is I'm getting business from everything I do.
Right.
I just don't know which things are doing it.
I'm going to jump in with a Goldbergism here, and this is great. I wrote this down. This is on my page of Morizioisms and Future Tip Tuesdays. You earn money and you make money, but not necessarily on the same day. This way, Mitch Goldberg, right there. And I love that, because that is the do-all end-all on social media. Unless...
Can you get a fist bump in the screen?
Yeah, this way. You got to turn the other way.
Oh, yeah, okay. Okay.
That's really weird. Unless you have an action plan around LinkedIn, which I do, a messaging plan and looking for specific prospects, and there's an approach, and you're looking for discovery calls, and I had 2 of them today with folks that have reached out to me via LinkedIn. In 15, everybody has 15 minutes in their day twice a day. And if I could have 2 extra 15-minute phone calls in a week from a total stranger that I met via LinkedIn, today, neither one of the calls was really a home run. Not really fantastic, but it's 15 minutes. I could have been talking to somebody in the kitchen for 15 minutes, which I avoid like the plague.
What if you went out to a networking event, which you go to many of them,
right?
And you come home, you didn't connect with anybody, or maybe you saw some friends, and that's always terrific. That's the beauty of being networked, is people. But maybe they meet any new people. Does it mean it was a waste of time? I mean,
it's no different than stacks and stacks of business cards.
You have to keep trying.
Call them, you have no idea what's going to happen.
You have to keep going out, and you have to keep trying, and it just has to be part of who you are.
Hey Mitch, we just went over 15 minutes. I just want to check over here. All right, there's a bunch of folks, and those of you that are watching live, just want to remind you that if you look down, I think it's over there, I'm not sure where it is. If you look in the comments and you feel like joining in, I could add a 3rd person, a 4th person to this stream. Just come on and chat. The link is there, the instructions are there. You could literally just do it from your smartphone.
That would be cool.
Mitch and I have definitely done some impromptu that way. We've done this with Nutrish Mish before also. So if you want to hop on, please do. I now see myself over there that there's a little delay. So So what else you got going on, Mitch? I mean, I understand that you have a new video series that I've been following. Tell me about
Okay,
it.
so you have inspired me. This is part of our back and forth phone calls and text messages that you and I constantly are doing for like the last 2 months or so.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a few ideas that I wanted to work on, and I realized that I'm biting off more than I could chew because there's only so much time. So I decided to go with the Monday money tip.
Love it. Hashtag Monday Money Tip.
Okay.
Follow it right now so Mitch always jumps in your feed.
Thank you. So you had the Tuesday tip. So you inspired me to do this. And, I like to create videos and edits. And I used to really be into creating my YouTube videos, and the LinkedIn Live, took away from that.
Right.
So that puts that back in. But what's nice is they're just, minute and a half to 2 minute videos, a quick phrase or a tip that helps to make complex financial concepts more, simple.
Agree.
Like what you do with your Tip Tuesday, and it keeps
Familiar
people on
with
track.
the concept.
So you invented the concept. You kidding me? So that's what I'm doing. So I'm loving it. So that's the two things I do. And then what I'm doing for my Friday email blast, I send a Friday email blast.
I'm conditioned to know that when the market closes on Friday, I'm going to get an email from Client First Strategy that lets me know what went on in the market this week, because I'm not paying attention to that stuff. I have Mitch to do that for me.
That's what I do. A little quirky, but it's real. It's the things that it's not the ordinary market analysis. But what I'm doing now is basically I have two videos. I take my LinkedIn Live show on Wednesdays, I condense it into about an 8 or 9 minute video, and the Monday Money Tip. What I'm going to start doing is I'll post those two videos in the email, and I'll put a description, like a bullet point description of each one, and I'm going to be using that as my content going forward for a while.
Well, you have an amazing content library. I mean, you have dozens and dozens of videos on your YouTube channel, and I kind of know when you repost some older stuff because your hairstyle is different.
No, my hairstyle's not different. It's just less plentiful.
Well, I didn't want to say that. Sometimes better left unsaid,
It was brown hair and more of it, but now it's like a grayish brown, and I do this hairstyle where like I brush it all in forward and in front, and then I kid myself to saying, I don't look so bald today. But anywho, so that's like the big thing going on in the content world. There's also a lot going on in the market. We have this coronavirus, and everybody saw how silly stocks acted yesterday. You saw airline stocks plunge, casino stocks who have operations in Macau near Hong Kong plunge. And then today they all came right back up. So people are really making a lot of knee-jerk reactions, and it's always surprising when people do this. But we'll see. SARS, if you remember, about 2012 was that? That was actually a lot worse, a lot more virulent. So, but I think people just overreact. And today, by the way, people hardly talked about it. It wasn't even in the news today. So it's just a continuous news cycle, and I think just have to keep your wits about you. So
and opportunities. I mean, opportunities come up, and if people are taking advice from professionals, they're going to know not to have a knee-jerk reaction. They're going to know not to do what they feel in their gut. They're going to instead pick up the phone and call their investment advisor and say, hey, what do you think, right? And any investment advisor worth their fee is going to be on the phone with you, taking those calls, and has already done the research and has already formulated an opinion.
It's what you do before the shock. So, and it's just consistent. And another thing I'm doing is I'm really being diligent in scheduling my phone calls. Like I don't want to just call people out of the clear blue. I don't want to just interrupt the client in the middle of the day, because they'll take my call because they're nice, we have a relationship, or maybe they'll think it's something important. But it's got to be scheduled. I don't want to be the interruption in somebody's day, because for me, when I'm interrupted, it's literally sometimes 15 minutes just to get back on track to where I was. So I'm trying to do that a lot more. So that's a big cause for me this year.
Yeah, I can understand that.
And I'm
Mitch, I don't want to go too deep or too long. We're at about 23 minutes. I just wanted to, like I said, get in touch with the community, let everybody know I'm out there, invite anybody to hop on with me. I'm glad you did. Looks like we don't have any other takers today, but now that they know that opportunity is available, hopefully they'll get up the courage or go back and look at Tip Tuesday from yesterday about courage, the power of the mind to overcome fear, and maybe they'll hop on with me in a future broadcast. I mean, of course, when I launch my new show, not going to give you the name yet.
I was just going to ask you, what's going to be the name of it?
Not going to give you the name yet. Not ready. We have a whole promotional campaign that's coming out, but I'll give you a little bit of the concept.
Promotional campaign also?
Going to be a promotional campaign. I mean, the folk got to know where you are, right? They have to know to find me. I just went on live, and we had about a dozen or so folks. I announced it about 7 minutes ago, before we started. So the format of the show is going to be a challenge. I'm going to be challenging my community to change behavior, and the behavior that I'm going to encourage them to change is going to be driven by the amazing guests that I'm going out to get, because those guests are going to teach us something about their behavior that has been wildly successful for them. And Mitch over here is going to be one of our guests, because I've learned a ton from him, and I know that he has a lot more to share. So that's, I guess, a little bit of a teaser. I'm not going to go any deeper. Let me just do one more check over here, see who else is out there in LinkedIn land. I didn't simulcast on Facebook tonight. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap up in a minute here. And all right, Mitch, so one other thing that we learned, right? So I got on the red and blue shirt with the blue sweater. You look like you have on the white shirt with the brown on and off stripes.
Yeah, it's actually like a grayish blue stripes.
All right, so we have, so being that we go live and we do video, Mitch and I have to keep like spare shirts and spare outfits in the office, because you never want to have two videos in a row.
I was at Joseph A. Bank for when they have like the 4-for-1 sale. It's like I bought like 2 shopping bags of shirts, because I noticed in my videos I'm like rotating the same shirts. So I need more shirts. What can I tell you? These are what do they call these? First world problems.
First world problems, definitely. They're LinkedIn influencer problems, video problems. So Mitch, thanks a lot for coming on with me. Appreciate the company. Me. Always love talking to you. We're going to do much more of this. You know what? This was fun. So I think as part of my strategy, I got to get on the wall over there. I think I'm going to add in some impromptu lives, maybe in the off week where my show is not going to air.
You know what I have?
What's that?
This is a short one. Okay.
Okay.
But this here is an extension cord. A USB extension cord. Okay. And what enables me to do is move either my mic, which I'm on now, okay, right, or my webcam to a lot more locations, and it gave me a lot of flexibility in terms of where I want to move, because the computer is stationary, but I have a lot more flexibility because of the extension cord. Just a little tip and trick for the LinkedIn folks out there.
Hey, watch this. I'm going to change my venue now. You ready?
Oh, you did it.
I have green screen because my walls are already green.
You know what? I kid you not. I was on Amazon last night shopping green screens because of the StreamYard effect that you could do with that.
Yeah, I don't think
good.
I'm not digging it. I'm gonna figure. I may have to get like a better lighting back there on the green. But listen. Now 27 minutes. I want to again thank you, Mitch.
This is supposed to be like a 5 or 10 minute convo, but Frank, I don't think anyone can have a 5 or 10 minute convo with you. It's just too fun talking to you.
It's tough. I mean, I'm going. One more thing. I'm going to an event tonight. I want to shout out the name of it. It's the Eventbrite bounced me out. So it's someone that I met on LinkedIn that does something similar to what I do, as far as helping people break through the barriers of success with certain techniques that are tried and true. And she's in New York tonight. Come on, please let me in. All right, it's not letting me in. She's in New York tonight, and she's doing a workshop here in Midtown on the success mindset. So I figured, you know what, down the block from my office, I'm definitely going to go check it out.
Can you give a name? Is that okay?
I don't have it. That my Eventbrite won't. Hold on, let me jump on my calendar here for a second. Eventbrite kicked me out. I can't find the invite.
That's all right. It's one of the nice things about being in Manhattan. There's always always something going on.
You know what? I'm going to post about it tomorrow, and maybe I'll do a little review video because I think it's going to be fantastic. I mean, mindset is certainly something that is extremely important to high performers.
Mindset. That was the video I made. I recorded the video yesterday for my next Monday Money Tip.
Okay.
It's about mindset.
All right.
I'll even tell you what it is. Should I say what it is?
You want to scoop it a little bit here?
Yeah,
Go ahead, tease it.
Saving money is not a goal. Saving money is a result.
Okay.
And then I get into why, because if just you save money, how many people make this New Year's resolution they're going to save more money and they don't do it? Because that's really, if you change your mindset to thinking that's a result, then it puts you in the mindset of saying, what are the steps?
I like it.
And changes to my personal spending habits that I have to make to get there. So if you want to be better at saving money now, you really have to say, well, I want to be better at saving money maybe by the middle or end of 2020, because it doesn't happen like that overnight.
By the inch it's a cinch, by the yard it's hard. You didn't hear it here. You didn't hear it here first. You heard it in I think that's Morizioism number. That might be number 7 or number 8.
Excuse me. You said that first on my LinkedIn Live when I did an impromptu just like this. And I was like, that is great. And it is. I actually use it with my kids now.
All right, Mitch, this is turning into a conversation that we would normally have over a cocktail, and we probably will lose the audience here. But I just want to, thank you for hopping on with me. I want to thank the community for hopping on and checking me out. Much more to come. Thanks for continuing to support and spread and share all my content. I hope the Tip Tuesday videos are really helping everybody. I'm getting a lot of messages of people that are implementing these things into their business and are getting results. So thanks for that. And I'm going to keep pushing it out there for as long as you guys want it. And I'm going to sign off now. Good night, everybody. Good night, Mitch.
Good night, Frank. I'll see you soon. Bye.
All right.